My name's Doug Hanna, and we've been with Ag-Chieve since 2010, and we farm in eastern Saskatchewan. The most useful part of Ag-Chieve, I would say, is that we get the text messages every day throughout the day, and we get the ones we want to get to force us to continually watch the market. Even though it's a quick glance or it might be a 30-second look, it forces us to look at it. And we look at different products throughout the week or a month, and then we can phone and actually, again, tailor-make our marketing plan with Ag-Chieve, with what our farm needs. It doesn't have to necessarily be selling something every month. We can do it when we need to meet our demands on a financial basis. In the first year we were with Ag-Chieve on our own, and we dropped the ball on a couple contracts, and when we got in touch with Ag-Chieve and learned what they could do for us, and we were more open with them on what we needed, we were able to tailor make the rest of our contracts to what we needed, and we felt that we really started to hit the top third to even 20% of the market for our farm, which made quite a bit of difference on our bottom line. The two highlights that I have in this last year is in October of 2013, Ag-Chieve told us to basically market every bushel we felt comfortable with because they saw the bottleneck coming and the price going down. So we had everything marketed. By the end of the first week in November, we moved all our crop in a timely manner. We had all our oats and all our wheat gone by April, so the bottleneck didn't hurt our farm, and we marketed at very high prices comparative to a lot of farmers that got stuck holding crop into this year. And then also in October of 2013, Ag-Chieve told us to market as much canola into 2014 as we felt comfortable with. We marketed 30,000 bushels of canola around the $13 mark, and then after that it was down to $11.50 and $11. And we marketed that much. We should have done more, but that's all we were willing to do. And this last October, Ag-Chieve told us to buy our fertilizer. Pretty tough to sell commodities in October for a decent price, but we bit the bullet and bought our fertilizer, and so far 3 months later we've saved $100 a ton on all our fertilizer across our whole farm from when we actually purchased it according to their advice.
Greg Hurley, I farm at Wilkie, Saskatchewan. I started with Ag-Chieve in late fall of '09. I knew we had to look at the charts to get some sense out of it, because there's just no sense just going to the elevator and asking the agent what's going on, because they don't know, and if they do, it's only involves their company, so it's a pretty small picture you're looking at otherwise. Trying to get the higher end of the highs and understanding the basis and the function of everything better, just the big picture. Okay. Getting the big picture to know what's going on with the beans, how they're affecting the canola, and just to get a better idea than what's in the paper, because it's a little late then usually. So it's all been really good, because there's either I can phone in or one of the advisors are phoning, kind of giving us an update and getting a heads up on what's going on. That's kind of nice, especially in the busy times. If someone can call at harvest and seeding time and tell us, look, something's going on in the market, that's great, because that's when we don't really have the time to sit and look at all the charts and listen to all the noise. I'd say you'd achieve a higher price overall for the year, definitely, from all the information and the services.
My name is Charles Fossey. Most people call me Chuck. I farm in the Starbuck, Manitoba area, and I've been with Ag-Chieve since March of 2003. I think it was the very first year, the second year, I was with David. I was at a meeting and I got a phone call. So I go out of the meeting and I'm talking to David. He says, I think the highs are in for canola. You better price them. So right away, phoned the elevator, locked in probably most of what I had in storage, because this was, I think, in February or March. And I delivered it probably a month or two later. And basically I guaranteed myself at least, if I remember right, about $2 a bushel more than if I just left it in the bin thinking prices were going to stay where they were or go up. So, you know, right there, you lock in, say, 5,000 bushels, and you're $2 ahead at delivery time. There's $10,000. Quickly pays your fees. I think like 2 years ago, soybean prices were peaking up there. I think, you know, we're talking like $16, $17 soybean prices. And I had some neighbors that were talking about, oh, you know what, the market's going to $20. And canola's kind of walking in lockstep with it. And I think David sent out a market analysis one day there. I think it was in September during harvest time. And he was saying, looks like the highs are in. There's a formation here, and I forget what it was. Maybe it might have been a tweezer top. And he just says, maybe you better start pricing some beans and your canola. And I think I went out and I locked in about 100 tons of soybeans at right around $16. And that was pretty much the high. I think it might have went to $16.20 or $25, and then it just dropped right down to about $14. So, you know, it's little things like that. You know, if you can sell, 4,000 bushels of grain and make an extra $1 to $2 a bushel, you know, that very quickly pays for your fees to belong to Ag-Chieve. And sometimes those things are very short-lived because it doesn't take long. You know, if you wait for the follow-through, for the confirmation, you might have lost already $1 in the market. So, you know, you got to be ready to pull the trigger on these things. And that's where I think these here timely updates 3 times a day or even once a day, once a week, it can make a big difference to your farm's bottom line. I think David has really helped me market, let's say 80% of my grain in the top third of the market. So I think that's really has kept me going and at least, you know, put some more dollars in my pocket.